We got a big update on Miguel Vargas and a position change for 2024. We also got an answer from Andrew Friedman as to whether or not we're going to be seeing a 6-man rotation in 2024. But before we get to all that news, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. Today's a pretty big day because we just hit 1,000 subscribers. I mean, that's pretty remarkable considering I began this channel, I think, a couple weeks ago. So for all of you out there watching this video who've already subscribed, you are incredible. As a big thank you to all those who have subscribed and dropped comments on my videos, well, it's time to give away this Chris Taylor bobblehead. I randomized all the comments on my videos so far, so congratulations to Jack A. Powers on being the lucky winner. Shoot me a DM on Twitter or send me an email and I'll get this beautiful Chris Taylor bobblehead sent your way. If you didn't win, don't worry, I'm going to be doing many more giveaways here on my channel, including some pretty big giveaways over on my Substack page as well. So if you want to crack at winning the next giveaway, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. That way you never miss a video. Alright, enough of all that, let's get to all the Dodgers news. We'll begin with Miguel Vargas, who is reportedly coming into camp as a left fielder. Although he has mainly played the infield while up with the Dodgers, he does have 7 games of experience out in left field. He also has 30 games of experience out there in the minors as well. With how loaded the Dodgers infield depth currently is, there isn't really a spot for Miguel Vargas at the moment. You have your starters in Freeman, Betts, Lux, and Muncy. You then add Rojas and Chris Taylor, and all of a sudden, Miguel Vargas is number 7 on the depth chart. If you look at the outfield situation, you do have Outman, Hernandez, Margot, and Hayward, but there is a better chance of Vargas potentially seeing playing time if he's in the outfield. As of right now, the 13 position players look like they're set for opening day, barring there being an injury of some kind. So with that being the case, there isn't room for Miguel Vargas on the current roster. He's likely going to start the season in Oklahoma City, so if that's the case, you might as well have him getting as many outfield reps as possible. And no better time to start that than right now. Miguel Vargas was one of the top prospects in the Dodger system when he debuted in 2022. He was a fantastic hitter that raked everywhere he played. In 2019, he hit .308 between Rancho Cucamonga and Great Lakes. Then in 2021, he hit .319 between Great Lakes and Tulsa. In 2022, he hit .304 in Oklahoma City. Overall, Vargas owns a career .310 batting average and .879 OPS in just under 500 career minor league games. Unfortunately, it just hasn't translated over to the majors just yet. With 99 career big league games under his belt, Vargas is hitting .191 with an OPS of .640 and an OPS plus of .73. So he's been 27% worse than your league average hitter. If you guys remember, Miguel Vargas actually entered the 2023 season as the Dodgers starting second baseman. But after an unproductive first half, he lost his job. After July 8th, he never made it back to the big leagues. Now, Vargas actually had a pretty decent stretch in 2023 where it looked like things were finally turning a corner for him. Over a 29-game stretch from May through June, Vargas hit .260 and had an OPS of .856. During that 29-game run, he had 16 extra base hits and 18 RBIs. He was finally looking like the prospect the Dodgers were expecting him to be. But over his final 23 games, Miguel Vargas completely forgot how to hit. He batted .079 with a .395 OPS. Not a .395 on base percentage, a .395 on base plus slugging percentage. If you want any silver lining, it was that he was still walking at a pretty solid 13% rate, but he had only 5 hits in 78 plate appearances. There was even a stretch where he had only 1 base hit in 41 plate appearances. When Vargas was sent down to Oklahoma City, he continued to hit. He batted .288 with an OPS of .886 and a .119 WRC+. Now, those are solid numbers, but it wasn't quite the production he was having in the minors in previous years. There is going to be an injury at some point in 2024, so Miguel Vargas will get his opportunity with the Dodgers. Based on how the depth chart currently looks, he appears to be the next man up, at least as of right now. So whenever he gets his chance, hopefully he's able to contribute and be a solid hitter and make it hard for the Dodgers to send him back down. Moving on to some other news, one of the bigger questions Dodgers fans had this offseason was whether or not we were going to see a 6-man rotation in 2024. It makes a lot of sense considering that in 2024, 2025, the Dodgers might turn to a six-man rotation once Shohei Ohtani is healthy and rejoins the rotation. While starting to get used to it makes a lot of sense, it also makes a lot of sense considering some of the arms that are in the rotation currently. Tyler Glasnow has thrown 100+ innings only twice in his big league career. You then have Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who was accustomed to throwing only once a week. James Paxton has dealt with numerous injuries pretty much every year of his career. Walker Buehler is going to be coming back from his second Tommy John surgery. As you can see, there are a lot of question marks with the guys in the rotation and their ability to make 25+ starts this year. Despite all of that, it looks like the Dodgers are going to be sticking with the 5-man rotation, according to Andrew Friedman. Here's what he said to reporters when asked about the possibility. Because then you have a 7-man pen. It's going to be a little bit of a shell game, but we feel really good with the depth and quality of arms that we have. And there will be periods where having more length in the pen serves us when we're playing a lot of games in a row, and others where we have a lot of days off and can go a lot shorter. There are going to be a lot of conversations that we have to put ourselves in the best position to win baseball games. When asked about it, here's what Dave Roberts had to add. I think the downside is just kind of when you do that, with off days, there are other guys that don't need all that extra time. So you're just kind of trying to be as sensitive to everyone and that middle to get guys ample time in between starts, but also not giving certain guys too much time. So there's a little middle that you're trying to deal with. Now, that was my biggest and my only issue with going to a 6-man rotation. It shrinks your bullpen down by one arm, which is a massive deal. I mean, it seems like there are never enough healthy arms to begin with, so can you imagine if you had one fewer arm in your bullpen? It would probably turn into a disaster fairly quickly. Here's some more quotes from Andrew Friedman. I think it gets to each individual guy. You look at James Paxton last year. When he was going on extra, he was way more effective, so I do think it benefits him when we can. With Yamamoto and what his body is accustomed to, we have to figure out how to get there in the most sensible way we can. We're not going to pretend to have all the answers now. We're going to need to be around him, see how he's recovering after starts. He's got a very detailed, disciplined routine that he does between starts, making sure that, with our increased travel, how that impacts him. There's just a lot we're going to have to learn with him to figure out. For Tyler Glasnow, I think he's good to go, however the schedule shakes out. With Bobby Miller, Emmett Sheehan, there's just different cases with each guy. But the important thing for us was to have guys that we feel like can help us reach October and then get us through October. And we feel like we have the collection of arms to be able to do that. Overall, the Dodgers have plenty of depth in their starting rotation, and I'm sure they're going to get very creative when it comes to giving guys rest. They're going to have a lot of off days that are going to help balance the rotation out. And I'm sure there are going to be times where guys get pushed back a day in favor of guys like Michael Grove, Gavin Stone, Emmett Sheehan, Ryan Yarbrough, those kind of guys that might be getting spot starts. Not to mention, maybe there's a bullpen game that's thrown in there every now and then. So while there won't officially be a 6-man rotation, I wouldn't be surprised if there are numerous stretches this year in which the Dodgers technically do go with a 6-man rotation. Unofficially official, if you're catching my drift. Well, that wraps it up for today's video. What are your thoughts on Miguel Vargas coming into camp as a left fielder? Do you think that's his best bet for contributing at any point in 2024? Also, what are your thoughts on the 6-man rotation? Do you think it'd be smarter for the Dodgers to have 6 guys with a shorter bullpen, or are you on board with the 5-man rotation? Whatever your thoughts are on the topics we talked about today, let me know in the comment section down below. Before you leave, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to this channel. If you're watching this video, it probably means you're a Dodgers fan, so make sure to subscribe for a lot of great Dodgers content all season long. Again, thank you guys so much for helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm looking forward to many more giveaways in the coming future. My next giveaway is actually going to be over on my Substack page, so make sure you subscribe to my Substack, blakeharris.substack.com. The link is also in the description below as well. I gave a hint last week as to what that giveaway is going to be, and I'll give another hint today. Like I said in last week's video, it's going to be a jersey, and it's going to be of a player who wasn't on the Dodgers last year. Again, you can put those two together. It's going to be a fantastic giveaway, so again, make sure to subscribe to my Substack page, blakeharris.substack.com. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all in my next video.